Hi everyone, I have an easy process here just to show you how we can modify a digital scrapbooking template and do your own. I'm not gonna change a ton, but just so you see how I do some artistic flair with these templates from Lingrisson Design. So I'm gonna start first at doing the main picture that I want for this layout. And I decided that I wanted to get this really close-up picture of my little dog here, Sandy, and I wanted her to pop out of these frames. So what the template has, it has a bigger mat than the frame, and my picture, see that it's a little narrow. So I'm gonna have gaps that I'm gonna put a paper behind it. So what I'm going to see is a well-known trick here, but if you are new, I'll just duplicate the layer, the same picture above, and I'm gonna create a inverse layer mask, which is none the other. Instead of filling with white, we're gonna be filling with black, and that's gonna hide the picture. So I'm gonna duplicate it, put a mask there, and inverse the mask. You can see the mask is black, so we don't see the picture. So now I'm gonna just review the spots that I want popping out of the frame, and I'm gonna use now with a white general brush that comes with Photoshop, a soft round brush. I'm going to now go a little bit to show the parts that I want. And what I usually do, I go over it because then I know, okay, I went over it and I clean up later, than trying to be careful now, because we are on a mask, so we don't need to be totally careful. We can go and just erase things that we don't want without being destructive. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just making her pop out of that frame. Really easy and nice tricky there. I love the effect that it does. I felt that this way she would pop out instead of us having just a plain template with pictures clipped. And if you don't know how to clip a picture and you're really in a beginning stage, let me know. I can certainly do a more slow down step-by-step for you. But we basically put the picture on top of the frames that the designer has for pictures, and we do a command control and we clip. So now that I finished with the brushing, I'm putting a warming filter. So if you go on the layer styles there, we have photo filter. So I'm gonna put first I try a cooling in it. I didn't like it. So I'm gonna put a warming, and I'm gonna clip that to the picture so we don't have on the whole layout, right? I just want this filter to be on her just to pop a little bit more her color. She has a nice creamy color, so I just wanted to emphasize that, and would emphasize her eyes, which are a little hazy blue. So from now on, I'm just gonna speed up here. You're gonna see a little bit because I'm going to clip the rest of the pictures. Here, I'm just putting a vibrance, increasing the vibrance of the picture a little bit. So that's what I'm doing. And now is that I'm gonna clip up the rest, and you're gonna see that I'm gonna fill some gaps of the pictures there. Instead of pictures, I'm going to put papers, and that's what I'm going to do. I reduce some of the space, I open some more spaces, changing the layout, and that's okay. We have these products, and we have not just to use them one time and be it. We can use over and over if we are clever the way we change them. So that's what I'm doing there. And what I'm doing there, I'm putting a color layer there on the splat, and I just clip it so the splat is pink. And I'm continuing to clip the papers on part, and then we're gonna go to the fun parts that I use brushing. You see that behind her there's a gap, and that's a blue paper that I put, and I'm gonna find a creative way to, I was bothering him a little bit. If my picture was horizontal, would work better, but I like this picture a lot, so I'm gonna hide the parts that are, cutting her. That's basically what I'm going to do. So here I'm using my Marks 2 dynamic brushes, and I'm gonna go to the background here, And what I'm doing, I bring a paper from the kit and I'm brushing with a clipping mask to bring just parts of that paper. And now I'm going with other brushes from the set and just making splashes of paint behind her, on the layout and things like that. And something that it makes your layout really go together is using colors that are already in the picture. So you can see that I'm sampling pictures from my shirt, not pictures, excuse me, color from my shirt. And that's what I'm doing. I removed that band. I'm gonna remove the top journaling. And I didn't want to do that much of a journaling. So I have a set here of paints. I think it's called Sparkle Wit, but I'm gonna put a link. And it's from Lingrim. So what I like to do is that, to be realistic, is that when we stamp in mixed media, right, and we have a piece of paper like we have here, you don't stamp and you cover the paper like that. It's not realistic. So what I want to be something more realistic. So I want to show the crease of the paper as you stamped, and one part of the stamp stay on bottom and one part of the stamp stay on top. So I am doing the same thing I did with the picture. I am creating a copy of the paint and I'm masking it, and then I'm going with the brush and leaving just the part of the paper, of the crease of the paper, the buckle of the paper to show, to give that sense that we stamped and we have, the stamp on the top paper and on the bottom paper, which would be more realistic, and it gives a little more dimension as well. And as you can see also, I am fixing the problems that I have on my right side there with that gap of the blue paper. Then I'm finding clever ways to do that. I clean up a little more, and this is, I'm using just a round soft brush. It's on the general folder from Photoshop brushes. And I'm just gonna finish here with some pieces of paper that I'm gonna put on top. I wrote some journaling and put a title. And you're gonna see I'm gonna cover her belly there that was cut by the photo with a piece of paper, as I'm doing like a collage on top of the whole thing. So yeah, and that's pretty much it. If you would have ideas of what you'd like to see, or if you'd like to see this more in detail, let me know how to work with templates. Leave in the comments. I see you on the next video. Thank you so much.